It's not normal cat sounds. It's like, that's not meow. There's a demon inside of you. I was really heavily influenced by the late 80s pop choices that people were making. They were taking a lot of risks back then, and synth pop became very popular back then, and I think that just in culture in general, people were taking a lot of risks and chances and kind of living their lives on their own terms. You saw a lot of bright colors. You know, I just think that I was very inspired by that time period. Looking back on it in music history, it was a really bright spot, I think. We didn't actually play any keytar on the album, but the keytar was there in spirit. I think what will surprise people the most about it is that it's a different sound. It really is. And the one thing I tried to maintain was the lyrical content and the storytelling, but I'm trying things sonically that I've never tried before, and it's different from the last couple of albums I've made, because on my last album, Red, which I was incredibly proud of, you'd hear mandolin on one song and then dubstep on the next, and you'd just kind of think, what album am I listening to? Did I switch albums? But this one is very sonically cohesive. It has its own sound, and that's what I'm really proud of. There's a song called Blank Space that I think will surprise people, because it was kind of a song I wrote about a joke. It was like a joke I started just because I wanted to poke fun at the fictionalized version of my personal life that the media has come up with, and it ended up being the most hilarious experience writing that song. On Red, I was just like, I want to work with you and you and you and you. I just want to learn everything. And with this album, there are maybe 5 or 6 main collaborators, and that's it. And that's including co-producers and co-writers. It's a small group this time, and as much as I love a collaborative effort, I also like for it to be streamlined, so it seems like an A-team, like a small little team. Honestly, it's hard to say why I moved, other than because it wasn't for a person, it wasn't for anything in particular, it wasn't for work. It was just that I felt kind of like there was this magnet pulling me to New York, and I wanted to experience something new and challenging and exciting, and I figured I had a few months off, and why not? Why not do it? And I cut my hair short and I moved to New York, and my life just got a lot better when I did those things. I walk places and I let the day happen. I don't really plan things out, I just let the day kind of come together, because so many of my friends live in New York and they live near me. We just kind of, hey, where are you? Okay, let's just meet up. Like, I'll walk 2 blocks over, cool. And I'm not used to living in a place where you walk everywhere, so, because I've lived in Nashville and Pennsylvania and LA, and you drive everywhere. You have to make a serious plan for your day. And it's been nice to let that part of my personality go a little bit in New York. I mean, I know that anytime I walk out my apartment, there is a camera on me, but I may not see it because it may be far away. But the one thing, I mean, not to talk about like the different, this is so industry, like Hollywood centric to talk about the different levels of paparazzi. In New York, they're nicer. They know I don't want to talk. They know I really don't want to hold a press conference. So they don't like ask me intrusive questions or try to provoke me or try to make me upset, which I really appreciate. They just take their pictures and then they say thank you, and they go on their way on their bikes. There's something very honest about it. It's very, very New York of them to just do their job. We're not here to be best friends. I really don't want you to say something mean, please. I'm just going to the grocery store. You're welcome to be across the street with your long lens, because God knows you're going to. You know, it's easier for me to handle. Yeah, it's a lot easier for me to handle than when people get in your face and try to hurt your feelings. I feel like New York makes you want to dress up. It just does. It has that effect on me where I just think about, or maybe the 30 paparazzi outside my apartment have that effect on me. You really have to take ownership of what you decide to wear, because it's going to be all over the internet the next day. I got a new cat too, and she's the sweetest. She's like a people cat. Like, I think she thinks she's a person. So she's really sweet, and she kind of like, she's always like halfway in a sleep state. Like, she's always kind of half asleep, so she really doesn't care if she's like, if all my friends are over, and she just gets passed around and everybody's holding her, and she's always just like, oh, a new person's holding me. Well, they kind of, in the beginning I was really worried because it was like gladiators every day, and now I know that like even if they bicker or whatever, they're still gonna end up like, I'm gonna come home and they're sitting next to each other on the couch.
Nice.
Well, they make all kinds of sounds. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not normal cat sounds.
Okay. Like,
it's like They're like, ngang, ngang. Like, and I'll be like, that's not a cat sound. That's not meow. There's a demon inside of you. Well, it's the older one that would make the worst sounds, and then the other one was just like, love me. Olivia's like, please love me. I'm so fuzzy and little. Will you love me, please? And the other cat's just like possessed. I think it's really important that you choose a team of people who aren't trying to control you or have some weird image for you that isn't your own idea. I think my family, of course, you know, I can't really pick them, but I lucked out because they're great. But my team, they're as laid back as you can possibly be at this high velocity circus-like chaos. So, I mean, I feel like, you know, a lot of other publicists, like mine is chill right now. She's really calm, but like a lot of them, we would walk off and she'd be like, you need to take out the cat jokes because that makes Taylor sound weird. And it's like, well, I am weird. And that's the real sound that they make. Right. We're trying to project honesty and truth to these people. Tumblr is a big part of my life right now. I love to like go on and talk to them and be in on their inside jokes, and they teach me new words and slangs and stuff. And also it kind of injects some normalcy into my very abnormal life. And so when they tell me about what they did at college that day, or like I just got a new job, or this is what's going on with my boy problems, there's something that makes me feel like comfortable and makes me not feel so like out of the loop and weird.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.